YOLO. So smile. Well, what we're going to talk about today, I thought we should be talking about what you do in a time like this with the whole COVID-19, having to stay indoors. So, what is it you're doing?
So me, I've been working quite infrequently, like not very frequently at all. I've been doing a lot of work from home. I've been given quite a lot of work to do from home, and I have trained a little bit of gym. I mean, it's a good time to try and lose some weight. But to be honest, I've been watching a lot of Netflix. A lot of Netflix. What about you?
Me, I literally just been watching a lot on Netflix. I'm not working because at a time like this, there's just not work. Yeah, but it's fine. Like I'm fine. But some people are really struggling. You know, some people are struggling because they haven't got enough money or not getting paid. Some people are just struggling. You're having to stay indoors. For me, staying indoors watching Netflix or Disney or Amazon, Sky, all of them is not really a problem because I know at the end of the day, yeah, this is not lifetime. I mean, this eventually will be over. So I'm just following what they're saying to do, stay indoors, and that's literally it. I mean, I don't go out at all unless I'm gonna do a bit of running, and that's it. Training.
And a bit of shopping.
Yeah, but that's about it. That's about it. And even so, even then, I'm just not really out there. I'm not really out there even when it comes to shopping. You know, I might pop into a corner shop or whatever. You know, you're not gonna really see me.
I think for me, the hardest thing is not being able to actually be with my grandma, because obviously that's where I live and that's where all my stuff is. But it's for her best. It's for her it's for her health, innit? Like, I'm sure with you not being able to see your grandparents.
Yeah, it's tough. I usually see them every year on Mother's Day. Well, it's not my grand's birthday yet, but hopefully this will be done before then. Yeah, usually we all go down there and spend time with my gran, me, my mum, my sister, my uncle and all that. We go down there. We didn't do it this year because they advised that you shouldn't see your grandparents, because people, especially over 70, and my gran and my granddad are over 70. So, but luckily, before this whole thing happened, I've been teaching my granddad to use WhatsApp video call. So, you know, I've been phoning them every other day just so they could see me. Same with when I've got my sister, I do the same thing. When I'm around mum, we do the same thing. So that's been really, really good. I know it's really, really tough for people. But you just got to always remember, yeah, that this will come to an end.
Yeah, and like, as like going back onto the grandparents thing, obviously we're two young people who spend quite a lot of time with our grandparents, and there's a lot of people out there who see their parents who are elderly and their grandparents, but it's just about remembering that, you know, you're doing it for them. You know, it's there's a good reason behind it. You shouldn't really feel like you're neglecting them or anything like that, because at the end of the day, it's for their benefit.
Yeah.
What about you in this social distancing? What do you think about, like, so obviously you said you go to the shop here and there.
The thing is about social distancing, the social distance stuff, yeah, it's good and I understand what they gotta do. I mean, I've been following the social distancing, but I just don't think that it can work out as well as they would like to. For instance, when you go into shops, yeah, they got the whole, you know, you got a queue outside, they got the social distancing outside, but in the shop, yeah, they got the labels and stuff like that. But the problem is that people are not gonna wait. If someone's buying some cheese, for example, and they're there looking for cheese, yeah, and then you, the person behind you, wants to buy cheese as well, and that person's there for a long time. You're not gonna wait for that person. You're gonna jump in, yeah, and get the cheese. So the thing is, ideally, what they would need to do, yeah, and this will never happen, yeah, because it requires too much, but they would have to get a security guard all over the shop, loads of security guards at the shop here, and be there every 2 meters. That's what they'll have to do, yeah. So that.
But then you have the social distance with the security guard.
Yeah, exactly. But then you have to. So they would have to do that. They would for social distance from the security guard, and the security guard would have to say to you, "Okay, you can go now." Just like what they're kind of doing in queues. Yeah, but you can't. You can't really control. I mean, only people that care, yeah, about what's going on, you know what I mean, and realize how serious it is. I mean, one of the reasons why people are not taking it seriously, because nothing's happening with their family and stuff like that. Like, I know people that have had the COVID-19, yeah, I know people that had coronavirus, and I know people that have died from the coronavirus, and I know a lot of nurses. So, you know, a lot of key workers. So I know that it's a serious thing, yeah. So I don't mess about with what's going on, because, you know, I really care for what's happening this time, you know, and I really, you know, with the whole stuff with the NHS not having the right equipment and stuff like that, yeah, you know, all of this is just wrong. You know what I mean? So, you know, I got to do my job, yeah, by making sure I could do the best as possible, yeah, to make sure that I don't catch it. You know what I mean? Even though, who knows, I might have it, because they don't even know if you've got it. You're not even gonna know if you've got it or not. So, you know, and they're saying that they're gonna be doing it. Huh?
Some people don't know that.
Yeah, some people don't know. Some people don't know. I mean, they're saying they're bringing up the testing and stuff like that, but we'll see. I mean, they're saying 100,000 by the end of the month here, but we shall see if that happens.
I'm very doubtful about it, because, you know, if they're looking at 15, if they're currently doing like 15,000 a day now, and what's today's date? What, 16th, 17th?
I think so.
All the days just roll into one, but I don't see how in the next 10 to 14 days, depending on the date today, obviously, that they'll get to 100,000 tests a day.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Like, with the social distancing, sorry, I know I'm going back here, but with social distancing, obviously I work in a school, so there's only a few. Obviously, normally, like on a normal day, we would have 30 kids in a class, but in and amongst this, obviously, we're getting around 9 to 15 kids a day. And to try and get any child, I'm sure some of you are parents out there who would know this, to stay away from another child who they play with all the time and all the rest of it, or not pick up the football when they're playing football, is really difficult. So, you know, it's hard for younger children. You know, it's hard for those who clearly don't understand the impact of social distancing. I mean, look at the parks. How many people have been going to the park? Yeah, okay, we've been training, but we ain't been going to the park. We haven't been, like, around other people. You know, it's about staying safe and doing things in a sensible way. Because I think, personally, going to the park and, you know, mingling with it depends on how big the park is, but it could be, like, hundreds of people. You're just putting yourself at risk for no reason.
I mean, don't get me wrong, yeah, I won't say what I do for work, yeah, but I know that I'm fortunate, yeah, that I'm okay, got money, and I got a gym at home, and, you know, when I train my sister and that, we train in the garden, there is no need to go to the park, yeah, I've got everything that I need, yeah, but to people that don't have that stuff, yeah, I understand why you go to the park. Still, try to have the social distancing. You know what I mean? You can still do stuff at the park, yeah, even if it's a run. You could do press-ups at home. You know, if you don't have a gym, yeah, or the equipment, yeah, you know, you just do like your own bodyweight training, you know, like squats, jumping, burpees, all that. You could do all of that kind of stuff, yeah. that's for people that don't necessarily have a gym or equipment at home. You know, the things can be done. But I understand, yeah, that, you know, it's difficult because, like, even if you want to train with your friends, you don't really want to be social distancing from your friends, yeah. But technically, if you've been around your friends a lot, then you don't really have to social distance. But if you're looking to meet up with people, meet up with different people every other day or every day, yeah, you should be social distancing. You really should be doing that.
But the idea of social distancing is if you're not staying in the same household as someone, you should be staying 2 meters away from them.
Yeah, yeah.
So, meeting up with your friends, I know there was a different thing that came out. I think it was even today or yesterday that I read. But really and truly meeting up with your friends, if you're from a different household, you don't really want to be taking that risk, especially if you live with other people. So if there's other people in your house and you're out here meeting your friends and then you go back home, you could have caught the COVID-19 in that time, taking it back home to your relatives at home who may get it worse than you, or they may not get it at all, but you just don't really want to run that risk just because you wanted to spend a couple of minutes with your friends.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's not much of a need for that, in my opinion, you know.
I understand that a lot of people they are struggling, yeah, because there's people that like to go out. I mean, we all love to go out. Well, not all of us, but I love to go out, yeah, you know, I love to do things. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's a short amount of time. I say that, you know, I don't know exactly when it'll be out of it, yeah, but I mean, I think the latest it will be is probably September, probably the latest. You know what I mean? But I know a lot of people have been complaining about, you know, not being able to go out to restaurants, clubbing, to the pubs, all that kind of stuff, yeah. And yeah, I'm here with you, you know what I mean? We all going through the same things. I know some of us are more fortunate than others, but we all dealing with things, you know what I mean?
In the grand scheme of things, yeah, you're capable of doing it. You're capable of staying in. You're definitely capable of doing that. You know, you can find stuff to do if you're really, really bored, because I know it can be bored. I know some people who are living in a small place with small kids even, or a number of different kids who may, even teenagers in your house who just want to go out, and you know, you're trying to do what's right and keep them in the house and all the rest of it. Look at alternative ways of doing things. You know, YouTube is an amazing source. Have a look at ways that you can keep the whole family entertained from young to old. How you can utilize space if you don't have a lot of space in your property, that sort of thing. And just try and keep things as organic and as fresh. Keep things fresh in it. Keep things new, and see how that gets on.
On the last note, I'm just gonna say to you, I might go and speak about it maybe in the next video. But at a time like this, yeah, where we have to stay indoors, yeah, now is the time, yes, to say focus on the dreams. The things that you said you couldn't do, yeah, do it, yeah. So what you should be doing, yeah, if you want to be a YouTuber, yeah, if you want to be a blogger, vlogger, or whatever it is, yeah, you know, a rapper, singer, whatever, yeah, now is the time, yeah, to work on those skills, yeah, build those skills. So when we come out of this, yeah, you got those skills to work on. So we'll go in more in that, the next one, or another one after, or the one after that.
Yeah, because remember, we'll never get this kind of time again. This time where we actually are allowed to do nothing. Like, you don't have, unless you're a key worker, you don't have requirements to go to work, you don't have requirements to get your kids to school, you don't have requirements to, you know, catch that bus on time, or go to college, or get to uni, get to that lesson. You don't have any of those requirements. So as you said, this is the time. This is the time to use, because I'll be very surprised if in our lifetime we get this kind of time again.
That's right. See you tomorrow.